It's not a forever war, no. But the American people, I think, have had enough of this war. And I think the president has had enough of this war. He said so this weekend. I also don't need to tell you about gas prices. Gas is really expensive right now. But the stock market is also setting records on an almost weekly basis. It did it again today. It's very strange what's going on right now. And that certainly is not what happened when the war in Ukraine began. Gas went up, the market then tanked, which is interesting. During World War II, we only declared war on Japan after Pearl Harbor. So they attacked us first, and then we attacked them back. And 4 years after Pearl Harbor, we dropped 2 atomic bombs on 2 cities in Japan. Democrat Harry Truman made that decision. He told the world at the time that it would save millions of lives from a ground invasion of Japan. And that might be true. We'll never know. But after the war, we gave Japan back to Japan, and ultimately we gave Germany back to Germany. Think about what's going on in Ukraine. Russia invaded Ukraine because they want Ukraine. They want to take over all of Ukraine. They want to make Ukraine part of Russia. And it's the same thing with China. China wants Taiwan. Whether they invade or not remains to be seen, but they want Taiwan. We don't want Iran. We attacked Iran to prevent a nuclear war. We attacked Iran to stop them from building a nuclear weapon. And 72 days later, we have accomplished that. I don't think we foresaw the Strait of Hormuz going quite this way, but we accomplished our primary goal. But all we hear from the media, our own media, is how America has lost this war. Checkmate in Iran. Really? Headline after headline saying that we've lost the war in Iran from our own media. But somehow the same media say that Ukraine is winning. Think about that. Headline after headline from the very same media claiming that Donald Trump's war in Iran is a failure, but Joe Biden's war in Ukraine is a success, and we can roll these headlines for the next hour. Headline after headline from the same media about how Ukraine is winning. We're in calendar year 5 of that war. Ukraine's not winning. Here's one thing I thought you'd get a kick out of. This is from the Telegraph, all right, so this is London. Here's the headline. Ukraine is the big winner of the war in Iran. Someone's going to need to explain that one to me. How the most corrupt country in all of Europe before Russia invaded was so masterful on the battlefield that they are now also somehow winning the war in Iran too. I'm not sure how that works. Just like I never really understood this man right here, President Zelensky of Ukraine, how he is somehow Winston Churchill. So that is President Zelensky before he became President Zelensky, playing a baby grand piano without his hands. We'll let you fill in the blanks. Somehow that man, according to the left and the media, is Winston Churchill. What Donald Trump did in Iran is prevent a nuclear war. Okay, we'll never know if it would have happened because he prevented it. History will be the judge. Again, Donald Trump prevented a nuclear war, compared to Joe Biden, who endorsed the Russian invasion of Ukraine out loud.
Well, I think what you're going to see is that Russia will be held accountable if it invades, and it depends on what it does. It's one thing if it's a minor incursion and then we end up having a fight about what to do and not do, et cetera.
Yeah, that was more than 4.5 years ago. Russia would invade 2 weeks after that, and Joe Biden's minor incursion has now cost more than 1 million lives. But Ukraine's winning. Don't worry. Read our media. Ukraine is winning, winning. But Donald Trump is losing in Iran, according to the media. Sure, media, sure.